they just did that. They just voted to allow Donald Trump to deport American citizens. I mean, it's one of the most shocking things I've seen. I think my Democratic colleagues were stunned that they would want to give him so much power.
Well, it looks like y'all boy Trump is going to be rolling out martial law. And even though he hasn't officially said it, what he's saying in this new executive order essentially is giving martial law. Hold on one second. For those of you who don't know what martial law is, that's basically when the replacement of civilian government becomes taken over by military ruling. So basically, they want to bring in the military tactics and give it to the police, or just bring in the military to run the government altogether. Y'all hold on one more second. So what will be happening in the next 90 days? Federal agencies are going to increase the flow of military and national security to local law enforcement. Basically, our civil rights won't matter. And that means that anybody that goes against it can be subject to legal action. So, stopping and frisking, that'll be a thing. Aggressive tactics during protests, that definitely can be a thing. Escalated violence in police-civilian interactions will definitely be a thing, whether it's non-emergency or emergency situations. And this is all happening within 90 days. It doesn't clarify the types of equipment, but in the past it has been armored vehicles, tactical equipment, and surveillance technology. So it's just going to be situations that can eventually harm us. And warrants, don't worry about it. They can just come into your house.
Busted into their home as they were sleeping. Armed federal agents busted into their home as they were sleeping and took almost everything they own. Problem is, they were not the people agents were supposed to be looking for.
News 4's Spencer Humphrey is here with their frightening ordeal. Spencer, what's going on here?
Yeah, well, get this. That family just moved here about 2 weeks ago from out of state, and this is how their life in Oklahoma got started. They say they told federal immigration agents they had the wrong people, but those agents kept treating them like criminals, even though they're all U.S. citizens. Fear.
Because I did feel at times that I was going to die.
So much fear.
I kept praying. I said, God, please let me live through this moment.
Humiliation.
I was a zero. I was nothing.
Pure disbelief.
I just couldn't understand, how is this happening to us?
All just for wanting a fresh start.
You come to Oklahoma and you get treated like this. For what?
This woman, who we're calling Marissa, and her 3 daughters came to Oklahoma from Maryland looking for a slower, more affordable pace of life. They rented this house in a nice, seemingly safe northwest Oklahoma City neighborhood. Her husband planned to join them this past weekend, but any semblance they had of comfort went out the window when 20 men armed to the teeth busted through it Thursday morning.
I don't know who they were. They had guns. It was dark. All the lights were off.
They were federal agents, Marissa says, with the U.S. Marshals, ICE, and the FBI.
And I kept asking them, like, who are you? What are you doing here? What's happening? And they said, we have a warrant for the house.
They ordered Marissa and her daughters outside into the rain before they could even get dressed.
They wanted me to change in front of all of them, in between all of them.
The thing is, the suspect names on that search warrant were not Marissa's or anyone in her family's. They were, however, names listed on mail still arriving at the house. Former residents, perhaps.
We just moved here from Maryland. We're citizens. That's what I kept saying. We're citizens.
She says they didn't care.
We weren't criminals. Why were they treating us like criminals? We were here by ourselves. That we didn't do anything.
The agents ripped apart every square inch of the house, taking their phones, laptops, documents, and their life savings in cash as evidence.
I have to feed my children. I'm gonna need gas money. I need to be able to get around. Like, how do you just leave me like this, like an abandoned dog?
And when they left, they told her something.
I know it was a little rough this morning. It was so denigrating. Like, you do all of this to a family, to women, your fellow citizens, and it was a little rough. You have literally traumatized me and my daughters for life.
This family has virtually nothing.
And I said, when are we gonna get our stuff back? He was like, it could be days or it could be months.
Nothing but questions.
Well, what if I would have been armed? What if you're breaking in? What am I supposed to think? My initial thought is we were being robbed. My daughter's being female daughters being kidnapped.
Nothing but likely lifelong trauma.
We have guns pointed at our faces.
If anyone doesn't think that there's a form of martial law in Los Angeles, I just want to introduce you to Checkpoint with military. There's like, hello, how's it going?
You guys got a pass?
Yeah, pass.
Medium.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are good.
Thanks for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, this is full military equipment in a civilian population. So that's what's happening in Los Angeles. If anyone doesn't think that there's a form of martial law in Los Angeles, I just want to introduce you to Checkpoint with military. There's like, hello, how's it going?
You guys got a pass?
Yeah, pass.
Medium.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are good.
Thanks for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, this is full military equipment in a civilian population. So that's what's happening in Los Angeles.
All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rikakwadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Joel 2, verses 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. All right, so you seen the videos. All right, you seen the videos, and the men of Israel have warned you, the Hebrew Israelites. That's the reason why spiritual levels have gone up in the earth, because of the Hebrew Israelite ministry. Okay, the world is in an uproar. Okay, over the Hebrew Israelites and the doctrine. All right, but the devil is hard at hand, and we have warned you, all right, that Esau Edom is the devil, all right, the so-called white man, all right, and he is coming down with great wrath because he has a short time. All right, let's get that real quick. All right, so the day of the Lord, we're blowing the trumpet in Zion to warn you. Okay. All right, let's go to Revelation chapter 12 and 12. And it reads, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. So he's coming forth with all kinds of executive orders and legislation. Okay. All right, and you heard it yourself that they're coming in with military equipment, all right, being given to local law enforcement, all right, okay, to police American citizens. And they are pushing to pass legislation, all right, to be able to deport U.S. citizens, all right. So the warnings have went out. We're in the evil days. All right. The ministry has been prophesied all over the earth by his elect, just as they were told to do. All right. And serve the Lord. Okay. That's what we are constantly telling our people to do. Okay, to seek the Lord through these scriptures. Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Okay, you're supposed to serve the Lord before the evil days come. Now the evil days are here. Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Okay. All right, let's go to Ezekiel. Let's get that. Ezekiel chapter 12. I think it's 22. All right, because many have put off serving the Lord, thinking that these prophecies are not going to come to pass, and now they're pouring out like water. Ezekiel 12 and 22, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease. They shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word, and will perform it, saith the Lord power. And that's what's happening right now. The Lord is bringing forth the prophecies. All right. Ezekiel 7 and 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, also thou son of man, thus saith the Lord power unto the land of Israel, and the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And my eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abomination shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Thus saith the Lord power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come, and end is come, the end is come, it watches for thee, behold, it come. All right. So the Lord has he's bringing forth these prophecies now. All right. The men of the Lord have went out, spoke the words of these of the Bible. All right. And the Lord is manifesting them, and we're seeing it in real time. 2nd Esdras 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in self, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay, we measure the time by looking at the tokens, the prophecies, all right, fulfillment, all right, that Yahushua spoke of in the form of prophets. All right, we see earthquakes picking up, storms picking up. Okay, all right, okay, all right, uproars of the people, protests, and so forth. All right, let me start again at 2. Then shalt thou understand that this is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifesting. Okay, so the end is manifesting before our eyes. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. All right. Verse 7, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. All right, that'll be the elect. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. So the Lord is bringing judgment right now. And for 2/3 of Israel, they're going to experience great hardship and pain. All right. and in the end they will not be delivered. All right, so that's the reason why the warnings have went out. All right, and as you can see, they're bringing forth this legislation to come against everybody. All right, the U.S. citizens. Okay, 2nd Esdras 16 and verses 68. They went into that lady's house, all right, supposedly, allegedly, and drug her out, and in the middle of the night, and took all her things. 2nd Esdras 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. We don't know what this is, but more than likely, digital ID, digital RFID implants, or so forth. Okay, and they that consent unto them, because there's not going to be any food, you're not going to be able to afford it. All right, the dollar is on its way out. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Spoiling mean rob. That's what happened to the lady. For they shall waste and take away their goods. Didn't she say they took away her goods and cast them out of their houses? Did that not happen to her? Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Okay? So no amount of prepping is going to help you. There's possibility that the troops could come and they could kick in your door and take everything you got. All right? And that's why it says this at verses all right. All right, we'll start at 39. 2nd Esdras 16 and 39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack that come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Verse 40. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. In other words, you be ready to lose everything. Okay, during this time, be ready to lose everything. Okay, all right. So all hell is coming on the earth, and we need to be, we need the Lord to be with us during this time. All right, and that's the reason why we seek the Lord through the Spirit. All right. Let's go to Psalms. Verse 91, we'll read that. Psalms 91 and verses 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, He is my refuge and my fortress. My power, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth in noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion adder, the young lion, and the dragon shall thou trample under feet, because He has set His love upon me. Therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. So what's the name of the Most High? Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's name. Bahashem, and that means in the name thereof. Yahweh Shai, okay? In Paleo Hebrew, okay? All right. Verse 15, he shall call upon me, and I will answer him, and I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Okay, so that's what we have to do. We have to rely on the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Ain't no guns, ain't no stockpiling food, nothing gonna help us. Because they can come in and they can take it. All right. All right, let's go to Psalms 124. And it reads, Psalms 124 and verse 2. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us. Then the waters had overwhelmed us, the stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. Blessed be the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who had not given us as prey to their teeth. Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we are escaped. So like a bird trapped in a bird cage, okay, the Lord will break us out of this whatever snares we get involved in. Okay, so that's the reason why we have to maintain stay in the spirit of the Lord. Okay, that's why the Lord encouraged his men to be diligent in the work. Okay, our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we are escaped. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. Okay, so with that I say all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.